Hey guys, what's up? It's Jake Kitley here. Are you on the fence about whether or not to get a Kingston Super 5 by MTD? Well, I'll save you some time so you don't have to watch this video. It's an incredible bass, especially for the money. It's extremely versatile. It's the most versatile bass I've ever owned, and it plays oh so good. If you've not touched the asymmetrical neck on an MTD, you should try it out. It's special. There's something special about it. This specific bass right now is wound up with they are Labella pure nickels. I believe they are Chicago style. I think that's the name of the strings. It's 45 to 105. And then I have a different B string. It's GHS Roundcore Boomer for the G string because that was the set I had on before. I was gifted this 4-string set. So it's a little bit of a hodgepodge going on there, but it sounds pretty well together. So I figured I'd give a demo on what this thing can do. If you've not seen Low End Lobster's demo of this bass, I'll put a link to that below. Once you watch this whole video, comment, subscribe, like the video. If you don't, you're grounded. Just for a week, no electronics. It's fine. It's fine. But he has a demo of this that is very long. This is probably going to be a long video as well. It goes all the way in depth to everything, and it shows you what this thing can really do. Now, what I'm going to do is show you some of my favorite tones, and in this demo, if I can find a pick, there's one. We'll do pick, fingerstyle, and slap as well, just so you get an idea of what sounds are possible. Now, in the Low End Lobster video, he goes over the I think the name of it is something like it'll slice through any mix, and that is true. If you want like an aggressive modern sound, this is the bass for that, 100%. And that was why I got it. I watched that video and I was like, man, this thing just cuts through the mix. But if you stick with me on this journey we're about to go on, I'll show you kind of that it does so much more than that. There's a lot of woody, earthy, kind of retro tones in this bad boy. We're going to play some with distortion. And then at the end, I'll show you a technique you can use to kind of make any bass you play be very versatile. Okay, so stick with me on this one. You're going to enjoy it. Well, I hope you do. If you do, do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up. Here we go. All right, so right now, let's go middle of the selector here. We have both of these switches up, which I believe is parallel. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll annotate that. But, and everything flat. Now, with these nickel strings, it will sound warmer just as a bass line than the stainless steel strings that come with it, just as a heads up. But, I love this bass so much. Like, let's do a groove here. Before I go too far, we are recording right out of a Fender Rumble 350. I have the EQ flat on the amp. None of the buttons are in. There's a low bump and a mid cut. Those are both out. And when the overdrive comes on, it is through that amp, and it's going to be fairly heavy overdrive. So, but, all right, back into it. Now with the pick. All right, and now we'll slap in this setting, and then we'll start kind of playing with stuff with both of the switches up. pretty good. Let's play. Let's take the mids all the way out, and then I'll try to keep playing that same riff. Let's take the mids out all the way. We have the highs out all the way, and let's keep playing that same thing. Okay, now keeping this same theme of kind of warmer tones, let's go all the way to the neck pickup, and we'll stay in the up position. We have the highs and the mids rolled off, and let's see what that sounds like. I really like this bass. I cannot stress that enough. Now let's put some of the mids back in. So I'm kind of halfway between the center detent on the mids and all the way off. Let's put the mids kind of at the center detent here. You've noticed that I've not boosted the bass at all yet. That is because with the center detent of the bass is almost perfect in every application. I boost it like a very little bit sometimes, but it's in a very good like EQ spot, and it sounds amazing where it is with the detent. Okay, if you boost it all the way to the top, your speakers are gonna say, why? It's so much bass frequencies in this Kingston Super 5. Alright, let's keep on going. We got the mids at the halfway point at the detent. We still have the highs all the way off, and we're still on the neck pickup. Alright? I don't know if you've noticed. I don't play with the pick a lot. I'm not very good at it. So, bear with me. I'm just trying to give you some tone ideas, alright? Alright, at this point we're going to roll in a little bit more highs, and then after that we're going to kick on the distortion and see what that sounds like. Yeet. Alright. Neck pickup still, everything centered. Switch, pickup switch all the way up. I don't know if you can see this, but the switch that is closest to the EQ, that is for your neck pickup. The switch that is closest to the blend knob, that is for the bridge pickup. The blend knob, if you turn it all the way clockwise, all the way to kind of, I want to call it the right when you're looking at it like this, but when you turn it clockwise, that solos the neck pickup, and when you go counterclockwise, that's the bridge. Just to give you an idea of the layout. But right now we're still on the neck. EQ center detent on everything, and here are some slap samples. All of these sound pretty good. Let's go in the center. No, actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to go single coil. And then we are going to take the mid and the high all the way down. Let's see what that sounds like. See what it sounds like fingerstyle. Now I usually don't do this, but for the sake of demonstration, not for my enjoyment, let's push the lows a little bit. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, take those back out before the world explodes because there's just so much awesomeness. Now let's see what it sounds like. Slapped, still have everything rolled off except for the bass is at the center detent. Alright, now let's do highs all the way in, mids still rolled out, still on the neck pickup in single coil position. Alright, let's see what that sounds like. Alright, and again, for the sake of demonstration, not because I want it to happen, but we're going to push the lows a little bit and see what that sounds like. Sometimes you gotta grab the pick right, or it just tries to fly out of your hand. Alright, and distortion with the pick. Alright, now we're going to put some of the mids back in. And let's take the highs all the way out and see what that sounds like. Alright, we'll do it with the pick too. I don't want to cheat anybody. And then for the sake of argument, a little bit of distortion. All right. Now we're going to put... nope. Now I'm going to do a slap demo with this. Highs rolled off still. This is going to be a very long video, okay? Just as a heads up, we're going in on it. And at this point, we're still on just the neck pickup. But I want to show you some cool things that it does. When both switches are down, well, we'll talk about this later. Stay tuned for that. And if you haven't liked the video yet and you've made it this far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, or you're grounded. 1 week, no electronics. Let's keep moving. All right, so we're going everything center detent. We are on the neck pickup and in single coil mode. Let's see what that sounds like. The neat feature about this bass is it'll be really obvious when I put the distortion on. When you're in single coil, when you're in the middle pickup selector, if the pickup blend is at the center detent, it's noise canceling. But when you roll it either to favor the neck or the bridge, I hope that comes through. It's got to come through. It's pretty neat. It's a very well thought out instrument. I mean, it gives you so many tones. We're going to keep going into it, but I just thought I'd point that out now. Did I do... No, I don't think so. So we'll do a pick style example on the neck pickup. And this is everything center detent. Slap example. Okay, so moving right along. Let's go center detent. We are in single coil with both. We're gonna roll the highs and the highs and the mids down. Let's see what that sounds like fingerstyle. See what it sounds like slapped. Alright. Now we're going to roll in the highs, and we'll do a fingerstyle example with highs and the bass, highs and the lows at the center detent. Alright, now pick example. Again, highs and bass, highs and lows, center detent. Mids rolled all the way out, and we're still in single coil on both pickups, center detent on the pickup blend. So it gets pretty nasty. Let's do a slap example. Let's see what it sounds like when you put the mids in. We'll go fingerstyle first. Alright, let's see what it sounds like with a pick. And again, single coil on both pickups, center detent on the pickup selector, and center detent are on the blend knob and on all the EQ knobs. Pretty good. See what it sounds like. Slap. Sounds pretty good. All right, now let's go. We'll go bridge in parallel, and these are still blended center detent. We'll go highs and mids rolled down. Let's see what it sounds like slapped. I dig it. All right, let's go. Let's do some neck pickup. Still everything rolled off. I'm just trying to demonstrate. I'm not trying to show all the tones that this bass offers. I think if you get an instrument like this, you should explore it. And there are so many tonal varieties within this instrument. I'm just trying to show that my impression of the instrument when I first looked into it was that it was like a top 5 rock bass. Like it's super aggressive, very bright, kind of mid-heavy, like aggressive sound. And that was why I got it. And then I got it, and it's not... It is that. Don't get me wrong. It totally does that super good. But it does so many other things very well. It thumps super hard. There's tons of lows and low mids. And I'm just trying to demonstrate that in this video. If you want an absolutely comprehensive uh, detail-oriented video on what this thing can do, which this has already been pretty long. But if you've made it this far, thank you. Please consider subscribing. I'll put more stuff out like this. But I'll link below Low End Lobster's review. He does each pickup configuration and all of the tonal varieties that not all of them, but a lot of the tonal varieties that there are. With this one, I'm not going to have, well, I'll show you one of my favorite sounds at the end. It is both pickup switches down, so I believe that's series, and then blend pot kind of favoring the bridge pickup. So I'll show you at the end of the video. If you stick around, you'll hear what that sounds like. But for the sake of this demo, I'm not going to show you those sounds because it's already been done. So I'll put a link to that down below. You can watch this video for sure. I'm just trying to show that there are modern tones, retro tones. There's all kinds of tones for it. If you're on the fence about this bass, buy it. It's amazing. I can't stress that enough. But here we go. Pickups blended. They're both in, I believe, parallel. And we got highs and mids rolled off. Let's see what that sounds like. I mean, come on, that's filthy. All right, let's see what it sounds like with a pick. I mean, it's still such a punchy instrument, even with the highs and the mids taken out. This thing punches like a primed out, angry Mike Tyson. It's crazy. But let's see what it sounds like slap. If you're still on the fence, go buy this bass. Go buy it right now. I'm about to wrap this video up because I feel like we'll be here for 400 days consecutively of me showing you how awesome this bass is. All right, we'll do one more kind of demonstration. I'm going to center the EQ. We have the switches both up. I think it's parallel. I'm probably wrong. I don't know this stuff, but let's see what this sounds like. We'll do fingerstyle, we'll do pick style and slap, and then distortion. Maybe not in that order. Don't quote me on that. But here we go. All right. Pick. we'll do slap. Okay. Now, the difference between the output on the like up and in the middle, the single coil and I think parallel, hopefully that's right. The output is about the same. Okay, it's about the same. When you go to all the way down, which is I think series, but I'm probably wrong. So if I'm wrong, put down low that I'm a moron, because I probably should know that. But when you go down with these pickup selectors, it gets way louder. Like maybe, I don't know. Like I can just show you. So that was why most of the demo was focused on the lower output version, because those are still super punchy, like super punchy. And you can dial back the highs and the mids, and you can get some really retro sounds. Hopefully that comes through in the video. But then you also have the total opposite end of that, which is like a super awesome, aggressive funk or rock bass that just kind of cuts through the mix. So if you're looking for one instrument that can do almost everything, like, you better take a real hard look at this, all right? Because it's great. It's great for the punchy rock thing, the funk thing that I got it for. It does retro stuff pretty well for an active bass that's clearly designed to be aggressive. I mean, two massive MM-style humbuckers smashed together and close to the bridge. Like, come on. It's made to be aggressive. But it does so much more than that. I said I was going to show you two things. Now let's talk about those. The first thing is the tone that I use most of the time with this bass, which is both of the switches down. I think that's series. If it's not, just tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. That's fine. And then I treat the blend knob for the pickups as like a passive tone knob on like a jazz or a P bass or something. Any of the passive players know what I'm talking about, where when it's all the way open, it's super bright and trebly, and then if you roll the tone knob kind of off, it takes some of the highs away. With this and the bridge pickup all the way soloed, very bright and trebly to me. Even with these pure nickel strings, it's still pretty bright. Now you just take the secret, to give the bass the medicine. You just turn this a little bit, favoring the bridge pickup, but you blend in some of the neck until it gets fat, and then it still has the high bright cutting of the bridge pickup, and then the fat warm roundness of the neck pickup. And it's just, for almost every style of music I play, it's really good. And then depending on the song, you can roll it, more bridge or more, neck pickup, and you just have, with just a little adjustment, you have all of these tones that are right there, and then you still have the 3-band EQ and the pickup selectors and stuff. But like, it works well for slap. It works well for fingerstyle. It sounds good with a pick. And if it was me, don't tell my mom, I would blend a little bit more of the low end in, and then I'm set for almost anything. Because I want to sound punchy and modern and aggressive, and that's the sound I like. So that's what I'm going for right now. Now, having said all that, I said that there is a tip that I could teach you to make any instrument that you play more versatile. Even like a P bass. You can make a P bass more versatile with this technique. And that is two things I want you to consider when you're playing bass. The first thing is where you're picking the bass, where you're picking the string. Because if you pick next to the bridge, it's really bright and nasally. The further you move away from the bridge, do you hear how that's getting warmer and less trebly? Something to keep in mind when you play. Where are you attacking the string? Are you doing it right next to the bridge? That's how you get the Jocko burpee thing. Are you playing over the fingerboard? That's how you get a more earthy, kind of woody, less aggressive tone. So that is one thing to consider. The second thing is where you actually play the notes will make them sound brighter or less bright. For example, if you play an open G string versus a 5th fret G versus, you know, the 10th fret G versus 15th fret, those are the same notes. So, think of it this way. Your bright notes are down here, right? And they get warmer as you move up. Your bright picking action is down here, and it gets warmer as you move up, kind of towards the middle of the neck. I hope this has been super helpful. If it has, subscribe, share this with a friend. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Hit the thumbs up. I'm out. Take care. Peace.